Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am currently placing my shoes on. Here, I'll show you. Currently placing my shoes on today. Placing my shoes on. So, hi, good morning, the Facebook people. How are you doing? Thank you for watching. We're here. I'm here. Hi. I'm putting on my shoes. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day with my neighbors. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hi, neighbors. It's me, Paul. And we're here on another morning of happiness and awesomeness. Mark, thank you for watching me, and whoever's watching. I've been thinking about things all by myself. I know I do that. It's weird, but I do. And I thought about it because I know, right? It was good. The morning. Are you laughing at the making fun of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Is that what you were making? Okay. Anyways, so today is never letting go. I think that's what I wrote down. I'm not even sure what I wrote anymore, but it's never letting go. And the reason that I'm doing never letting go is because of a video that I just posted seconds ago, pink, right above this one. And thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Hi, Lindsay. Good morning. So today is never letting go. Now, what does that mean? Because just the other day I was talking about letting things go, when they leave. So what is this never letting go thing? So what I'm trying to get at is, like I said, the video that I just posted was there was a guy and a girl. They're on a motorcycle. And all of a sudden, it's really wet, and all of a sudden, the bike goes, and the guy's wearing a helmet cam, right? The guy immediately turns his whole entire body. This is during an accident. The guy turns his entire body and grabs his girlfriend's arm, pulls her into him while he's on the road at 70-something miles an hour. It's cool. He grabs her, holds her, then looks back to see how and where he needs to land his body so that they're okay. This is what I'm trying to say about never letting go. So what does that mean? So the never letting go is a couple things. It's dual fold here, kids. So one, it's never letting go of the people that you care for and love in life, and that you will bring them to you and hold them to you for as long and as hard as possible. Even in the greatest moment of pain or greatest moment of anxiety or whatever it is, you're willing to hold that person towards you. You're going out of your way to get them. You're risking your own life to have them. This is what I mean by not letting go. Now, the other thing that I mean by not letting go. Good morning, Gary. Good morning. Thank you for watching. I didn't say hello when you first came in. Hi, Michal. Hi. Anyways, so I'm talking about never letting go. And so the idea here is, the other idea of never letting go is, I know, right? I'm going to do it every day. So get used to it, woman. The other idea of never letting go is never letting go of your dreams and or yourself. Just in the same way that you struggle and hold on to other people in your life, you should also struggle and hold on to the thing that is you, the intrinsic beauty of you. And I like to say this to people: you are not your eye or your mouth or your heart or your anything. There's something that makes you, you. Oh, Carlota, I love you, my dear. And Elizabeth, hi. I've never seen Facebook Live in action. Cool and good morning. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. Anyways. So I'm happy I was your first Facebook little thing. Okay, so never letting go of yourself. By the way, you are still pronouncing my name wrong. Michelle, right? It's Michelle. I always like to say Michal because it's whatever. Michelle, I'm sorry, Michelle. I think it's just because that I did it the first time, and then since then I want you to be Jewish. So I just gave you a Jewish name. There you go. Sorry. I don't know. Anyways, so never letting go of yourself. And so what I mean by this is that as you're younger, okay, and this is a kind of a psychological thing. It's fine. Laugh out loud. It's just it's endearing. I love you. See, it's endearing. I'm a weirdo, and somehow or another you still like me for it. Anyways, let me get at it. Here we go. So, the thing that you don't want to do is let go of yourself. And I believe, me personally, psychologically, there's the first and second voice theory. So the first voice is the one that you're born with. It's the one that you should be using to go out into the world and kick ass and take names. And it's the one that I believe is the one that's the most connected to source, right? The one that's really connected to the pineal gland, connected to the mind and the heart and the body and the soul, right? And I feel that you should never let go of that, right? And you should always find a way to hold on to it. Me, myself, I always like to say that I'm like a little kid. I'm like a little 8-year-old. And I really feel like sometimes most of the time, I feel like I'm an 8-year-old. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, on the inside, like the little piece, you know, right, that area right in there. I don't know, that's the Empire State Building, but you know what I'm saying. I always feel as though that I'm a little kid. And I have like this little child inside of me. So like when I go to like a place or whenever I do something, I actually feel like I'm like a little kid. Like, okay, like I'm all excited on the inside. And I'm super childish in my head. Like I'm like, yay! I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm super stoked about everything all the time. And I'm also super stoked about like meeting people, even though I might have met them already. Or it's like when your aunt or your uncle or grandparents would come in and fly in, and they would open up their suitcase and they would have toys and shit or something for you, and you were just like, oh yeah, you know, like, or the day that like Christmas would come, right? You remember that feeling of being like super like, and it was like on fire kind of thing. Hi, John. Do you know what I mean? Do you guys get what I'm saying? If you do, great. If you don't, I'm sorry. But that little thing is the thing that makes you you, believe it or not. At least that's what I believe. I believe that that's really the real you, is that excited young child part of you. And this is the thing I'm trying to explain. Don't ever let that go. No matter how much of an adult you become, no matter how many adulting type things you do, don't let that go. Because as soon as you start to let that go, then you start to let go of everything. And I mean that. I mean, I'm talking about everything. Anything that really makes the humanity part of you, it just kind of disappears because you're not excited about life. You're not excited about the projects. You're not excited. And if you realize, I promise you, if you ever realize where that excitement comes from, it comes from your child like you. It comes from like I hear it in my mom saying, you can be whatever you want whenever you're older. You know, like those things, it's like that statement makes me as a child think, well, fuck yeah, I can do anything. Yay! You know? But like, that's what I'm hearing on the inside, okay? I hear like this little kid going, yay! I got a candy bar! I don't know, like I feel like I'm now special ed from Crank Anchors with the helmet. I got a phone call, you know? But I'm really, I mean, that's where I'm at. And I know that sounds a little slow, maybe, but I like it. I love being that little kid, and I love having that heartfelt emotional connection to everything and everyone, no matter what happens. Like, I mean, I'll walk into like straight like gangster gangbanger 38 specials in the pants and a bunch of people in the room that are listening to hardcore freaking rap, and they're talking about kicking ass and this, that, and the other. And what I end up making friends with all of these people who you would more times than not run away from. I end up making massive friends with these people. And I think in the end, it's because, not only because of the magic does help, by the way, but it's because of this childlike self. I'm just a little kid who's being an asshole with magic. And I'm not trying to be it's just a character. Like, I'm just like this, hey, go fuck yourself attitude. Hey, yeah, I'm doing a fucking trick here. You know, that kind of thing. And I'm not really doing that voice, but you know what I mean? In my head, that's what I'm doing. Because for me, magic is this all-encompassing thing, right? I mean, on some level. But on another level, magic is just a little moment. But life is moments, right? So I like to make that moment special. I mean, I've had people, this is great, the other day, I don't know what I said or what I did, but somebody sent me a picture of 2 forks and a card that I saw my name on, a trick that I do, and he still has them. It's been like 10 years. I was like, that blows me away, folks, okay? That I did a trick for somebody, and 10 years later, they come up to me and they're like, oh, dude, it's in my wallet. I still carry it around. I'm constantly thinking about you. Like, whoa, kids, that's intense. That's intense, but it comes from that passion. It comes from that thing that they saw in me. And it's that energy that, it's unexplainable. And I said this to the other day to a friend of mine. I was this girl that I was talking to, and she said, she goes, how do you do it? How do you constantly, and you're always like so much energy. And I was like, well, I'm excited about a life. I'm excited about living, even in the craziest, most screwed up moments of my life, homeless or like, I don't know, it doesn't matter, you name it. In Barcelona, when I got my passport stolen, my ID stolen, my computer stolen, $4,000 stolen, all money that I had made on the streets in London, which I was going to use to travel because I myself didn't want to be put in a situation where I wasn't going to have, and guess what? Anyways, but the point is that the people that see me or that connect with me on some level, because they understand underneath it all, that's what I'm really connecting to. Underneath it all, that's the thing that I'm trying to create in people's minds, is inspiring people to just be fucking amazed at life. And I've said this before, I get amazed at the stupidest things. Like I can look at like a lizard. And it's like stupid, I know it's stupid, but I can look at a lizard and like, if you ever do this, I don't know, I do it a lot, but I like looking at like insects or animals and like believing, I know this is weird, but believing that it's God looking at me. Okay, I know it's a little weird, but I have this weird thing, right, where I believe that the things that are alive, that are around me, that don't have their own choice, like we do, are really actually much more connected to the ethereal than we are. I always say that I believe the consciousness befuddles the subconscious mind. And if you know, I'll say it again. Consciousness befuddles the subconscious mind. I truly believe that the subconscious part of ourselves is actually connected to the ethereal, to the other side of whatever it is. And so we have dreams sometimes that are premonitions. I don't know if it's ever happened to you. It happens to me all the time, where I'll have a dream, and it's not deja vu, it's a premonition. It is where you actually see something ahead, and then you're like, oh my God, I totally dreamt this. How did that happen? So it's that right there. And I believe that when that happens, it is your consciousness and your subconsciousness slamming at the same level. So let me explain a little more. Life goes in ebbs and flows. Doesn't ever stop. It's always going to go up and down, right? Now we, having consciousness, we're and we create this crazy, like, freaking storm of a life. And we create that crazy storm of a life because of our ego, because of our issues, because of our past problems, because of whatever the things that we don't want to deal with, right? So there are times, though, that when life's waves are going up and down, that you can actually hit and mark up when life hits and marks up. And it's at different points. It's not necessarily the tops and the bottoms. I'm just saying that because that's where, you can be just like right here, right with life right in the middle, and it's not that great, but it's life, and you're, be amazed that you're alive in the first place. But that's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at, it's sometimes your consciousness is actually able to hit the places where it's supposed to be. And when that happens, these dreams happen prior to that moment, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm totally in the flow. I'm totally in the moment. And you know when that happens, you can actually feel it. Good morning, Brandon. How are you? And John, I don't know if I said hello to you when you came in. Hi, John Harris. And hello, Brandon Margolis. So the idea here is never letting go of yourself, holding on to the intrinsic part of you no matter how adult you get, right? And also learning to hold on to those that are in your life that you want to keep in your life. And like I said, the video that I just posted prior to me getting on, which was a guy who's riding a motorcycle and he saves his girlfriend, and then he like goes. It's just a good video. Just watch it. You'll understand what I'm trying to say. Now, all of that is great. Hi, Pookie. Yay. All of that is good. All of that is great. But like, how do we do that? How do we hold on? How do we keep connected? And my answer is that you connect with passion. And I have these things. I've made them up a long time ago. It was shared with me, and then I kind of created my own thing. And this is the 0 through 9 of life. Okay, everything happens in my Zach. Everything happens in my opinion 0 through 9. Write them down. It's a good little thing. You know what? Here, I'll write them down. Let's go inside. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. Hold on. Shh. There's people in here. Shh. Hi. Say hi, Mom. Hi. That's all she did was hi. That was it. She's supposed to be excited. Here, Mom. Hey, Mom. Be excited. Say hi. Hi. No, more. No, honey. No, that's. She's like, no, I'm busy. All right, hold on. I'm getting a piece of paper. Give me a second. I want to show this to you because this is actually really cool stuff. It was shown to me, believe it or not, by a kid in when I was in Las Vegas, and this awesome kid gave me this info, and I was like, I don't know if this is real. I don't know what this is all about. But when you actually look at it, right, and you actually break it down for what it is, it's actually kind of cool stuff. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. I truly believe JCC is the place to be. The Jewish Community Center? Is this like Paul's Jewish Community Center hour? Is that what this is now? Hold on, I gotta move because the sun's getting bright. It's morning. Hi, guys. Good morning. Okay, so I believe that everything happens from 0 to 9. So let me make a little 0 to 9 compilation thing for you, and I'll try and explain it while I'm doing it. Okay, so 0. 0 is nothing and everything. Okay, so what do I mean? So 0 means nothing, but there is no such thing as nothing, so nothing is everything. Everything is nothing, right? The dichotomy of life. What is above is below. Bing, bong, boom. Okay, good. 0, nothing, everything. Let's write that down. Nothing and everything. I can't write nothing. I wrote nothing. If you can't see it, it's because the camera's backward. Sorry. So number 1 would be thought. Write these down because once you see this on paper, you're going to be kind of blown away, I promise. Number 1 is the thought. Let's go back to nothing. If you take nothing and something, 2 circles, and you place them together, you get infinity. Whoa. Okay, cool. Now the first thing is 1 is the thought. Number 2 is passion. Number 3 is time, because we are in the 3rd dimension. Number 4 is manifestation. So the manifestation of the thought through passion and time, right? Makes sense. Number 5 is knowledge that other people have of the idea that you created. Okay? Number 6 is going to be ego. 666. Ego. Right? Number 7 is manna. Something is given to you. Number 8 is charity. And number 9, the reason you came up with the thought or had the thought in the first place. And I say came up with or had because maybe we don't fully have choice in our life. I'm not saying completely not have choice, but there is a thing, call it God if you'd like, that is and is not involved. Scratchy. What do you mean by that, Paul? Well, because on some level, I'm alive and I get my own choice and my own intention, right? But then there's a thing that I believe is called fate. And there is an actual aspect of that which you cannot change. But you can change your stars. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that stops you from doing is you. Not God, not Chuchi Mambu, not Susan, not Carrie, I don't know what the fuck all these people are. But none of those people stop you from being you, from doing you, from creating what it is that you want. You have been placed here on this earth to thrive, not survive. Hear that. You were placed on this earth to thrive, not survive. Surviving is for the animals, man. I'm not an animal. I'm a human being that has a spirit, that has a heart, that has love, that has compassion, and has an endearing quality that wants to share that endearing quality with others. And you, guess what, have the exact same thing I do. And there's nothing that the universe doesn't want you to have. The universe conspires at all time to give you anything that you want and need. You just have to be willing to actually want it. And then there's all these tests that come along the way to see if you really want it. So it's like in the middle of you getting there, you're like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm working my ass off. And then all of a sudden, bonk. I mean, you get knocked out. And it's a test to see if you actually want that thing. This is the whole idea of never letting go, right? I'm stuck. I got this, man. I'm going to tie these little bows for you. This is the idea. It's like if you don't let go of that dream, if you don't let go of that passion, if you don't let go of the thoughts, then you will accomplish something. Like my friend Sam Rivas, who just came in, and Stuart Goldman, who just came in. Stuart, how you doing? Sammy, how you doing? I love you guys. Sam, he's a bad guy. Bad mofo. This guy is making movies, is kicking ass, it's taking names. Okay? And you're going to hear about him soon. I promise you. Watch. Why? You know how I know this? Because I know how he thinks. And I know the kind of passion and power he's putting behind his thoughts. And this is what it takes, man. I'm telling you, this is what it takes. Marvin, how you doing? Good morning. Thank you for watching again. It's never letting go. And you don't let go no matter what happens, no matter the type of accident that you're in, on the side of the highway with the motorcycle and the water everywhere and you're flipping out. What's the thing you don't let go of? You don't let go of your love. You don't let go of your passion, your woman, your heart, your everything. You hold on to her and you let her on top of your body while you slide in and hit that wall. Why? Because that's your lot. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to protect. We're not just supposed to protect the person that we love, but we're supposed to protect everyone and care for everyone and love for everyone. I say this a lot, but the water doesn't drink itself. The air doesn't breathe itself. And the plants that bear fruit do not eat their fruits. We, humanity, are the only, and I swear to you it's true, we are the only animal within the entire ecosystem that actually rapes, kills, murders, and destroys and doesn't give back. That's a little weird, right? That's a little kind of like, whoa, really? Are you serious, Paul? And I'm like, yeah, it really is true. You can look at anything, and then, like my friend was like, yeah, well, a lion, it eats a gazelle. And I'm like, yeah, but if the lion didn't eat the gazelle, then there would be gazelles everywhere and it would be overrun with gazelles. We need the lions to kill the gazelles. I mean, that's just nature. It's a very, very beautiful ecosystem, and you take any one piece out of it and it just falters and falls apart. I mean, look at what's happening in South America with the rainforest. 30-something years ago, we had an amazing rainforest, and now there's a massive percentage of that rainforest that has actually turned into a desert. Think about that. You have the most lush, beautiful place, and then we come in and we need paper. Sorry, it's not cool. We need paper. And then the plants, they go, bleh, because they're not there anymore because we cut them down, right? And then that area turned into a desert. Please, mind you, that is crazy talk. That's crazy. That's crazy. But we live in that. And we live in that only because we're accepting it. We accept the craziness. We accept it. And why? I believe it's something called fear of loss. And I want to write a book about it, and I probably will at one point or another in my life. Fear of loss is the reason that we stay in relationships that we don't want to be in. Because we fear the loss of that person in our life. It's the same reason why people work and work and work and work and work and work and get things and acquire things and houses and cars and and they are in fear of losing those things, in fear of being homeless, in fear of not having, in fear of not eating, in fear and fear and fear and fear and fear. And what is fear? False evidence appearing real. Take that acronym and run with it. False evidence appearing real. That means that you're telling you something that's not actually the reality of what's happening so that you can live in the lie that you enjoy. Don't do that. Who needs that? I don't need that. Do you need that? I just said to my mom's like, this is the greatest country in the world. And I go, poo-poo, caca. Poo-poo, caca. My mom's like, what do you mean poo-poo, caca? Why do you talk to me like this, son? I'm like, Mom, it's not the greatest country in the world. I'm sorry. It's the most comfortable. It's the most comfortable country in the world. I've traveled all over the world, I promise you. The U.S. is the most comfortable, and it comes to toilets, friends. I know it's going to sound stupid, but if you travel around the world, you'll understand how other people live based on their toilets, okay? We have really nice porcelain, usually porcelain, sometimes gold-plated. Listen, even our toilet seat covers, I've seen ones that have like razor blades and shit. We do stupid shit with our toilets is what I'm trying to say. I have a friend of mine whose house has a toilet with a bidet and a warm heater for your butt. If you haven't been to this house, you haven't been to one of my parties. Because I always have my parties at his house because he's a badass and he lets me use his house. And how could you not use his house? Hey, you need to use the restroom? Bidet with a fucking butt warmer. Go get it. You know, that's a party. Hi, Cindy. Good morning. So we're the most comfortable country in the world, but we're not the greatest. I'm sorry. If you're going to call great somebody who puts a gun up to somebody's head and forces them to do what you want, that's not great. Because in the past, in the history that I know, the people who are great are the ones that didn't force others to do. They did themselves, and others followed because they realized that was the right way. Not spending more than 19 other countries combined so that we can forcefully make people do what we want because we are freedom in America. That's not cool, kids. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to go against people who have been in the military. By all means, those who have been in the military, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for keeping this thing that we call America alive. Now, do I want the America that we have today alive? Not really. But then again, if I look back at the history of this country, there's not really ever one point where I would actually say, wow, that was a great country. I mean, if you look at the history of our country, we have been a racist country since the beginning, since its inception. So, when did we become great? Because we had more money than everybody? Because we took it after World War I and World War II? Which we entered late in the wars? And we took everybody's money by creating the infrastructure of war. Know your history, kids. Know your history. Just like this is crazy. Did you know that the Egyptians most likely didn't build the pyramids? And the Sphinx was there before the pyramids? And there's actually, it's really cool. But there's actually really cool information about how the Sphinx has an area around it that's must have been covered because there's sediment layers on the other sides of on the other areas around the Sphinx that have different layers that the Sphinx doesn't have, which means that the Sphinx must have been covered when other soot and other things of layers of stuff, and then the other layers go down, because that's what happens, right? It goes down, it goes into the middle, and then it melts, and then volcanoes go, comes back out. That's I don't know if you know that, but that's usually how it happens. It's like the rain, but opposite, and it does it with Earth. Mind blown. Anyways, let's get back to point. This is never letting go of yourself and those around you. Never letting go of the passion that you have directed towards the thing that you want. Because that's the thing, it's just like a lion. Remember how the lion goes out and kills a gazelle? It's the same thing. I want to be the lion. What do I mean by that? It's the mental process that's happening in the lion's mind. There is no thought. It's an animal going after his kill. There is no thought involved whatsoever. He has turned off thought and says, I'm eating, and he's gonna get what he's gonna get. He's gonna get it, no matter what. There was nothing that's going to stop him. And if he does falter, if he does fail, if he does fall, if he does bust his knee, if he does whatever the fuck he does, I promise you, he's gonna go after the next gazelle. And this is that doorway concept that I was talking about that my friend brought into my life that I didn't even think about. I didn't know this. And he says, the life is like having an idea. And then when you have an idea, it becomes a hallway. And at the end of the hallway, there's usually a door. And then you have to run towards that door, and then you open the door, and then hey, I got the thing. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they find their idea of what they want, and they say, I want that door. And they run to that door, and it's locked. They're like, what the fuck? It's locked? Should be locked. It's what I wanted. And then they start banging on the door. I wanted the door. I want it. And they're freaking out over nothing. Because there's a whole hallway with doors. But they've concentrated and said to themselves, I'm not going to let go of this dream. but you're not realizing that the hallway is the dream. The story to get to that door is the dream. It's not about accomplishing your goal. It's about getting there. It's about the process of what happened in between that makes the goal so sweet. It's after you've received the gold medal that you realize, fuck, that moment only lasted 2 seconds. And then you go, oh, but if I look through my photos on Facebook, I go, oh my God, I have lived such a dynamic life. I've met people from all over the world. I've gotten to travel. I've gotten to street perform. I've had sex with awesomely gorgeous women. I've eaten great foods. I've lived with Bedouins. I've lived with hippies. I've lived with multimillionaires. I've lived in casinos. I've lived on cruise ships. Fuck me, I've lived. And the end result for me when I was 28 years old was I just want to be in like Ripley's Believe It or Not and have a couple world records. Man, I gained those within like the first 8 months. And I say this to my mom all the time. I go, you know, there's never a thing that I've ever thought of that I wanted that I've never achieved on some level. So I wanted to be signed to a record label. Okay, and I got signed to a record label when I was younger, but the band broke up and this, that, and the other, and whatever happened, right? I'm going to mute you because this lighting is pissing me off. Here we go. Ah, much better. Oh, God. Okay. So, I got signed, but the band breaks up and whatever. Okay, so that happens. But did I give up? No. I started pushing and pushing and pushing, and then I went on TV, and I was on VH1, and that didn't work out. And then I used Magic for a long period of time, and then I was in Israel, and then I recorded a song, and now it has 1,800,000 hits. It's not my song, but I'm a singer in a song that has 1,800,000 hits, and that's more than most people ever get. Do you get what I'm saying? So could I keep chasing that hallway? Yes. But what it comes down to is I don't allow just one door to be my door. So I'm never letting go of the dream, but also not holding on so tightly that I only hold on to that door. Because it's not the door, remember? It's the hallway. And through that hallway, there's lots of doors that are going to be locked. Lots of failures you're going to go through. But you will, if you keep moving, find one door that opens and allows you into your dream. And this is the key. This is the real key. Okay? It's about having a goal, never letting go of that goal, but not allowing, hi Gina and hi Emmy, not allowing the obstacles, i.e. doors, that are in your way to stop you from chasing that dream. Do you get what I'm getting at now, guys? You're holding on for everything. Hold on. Good morning, Habibi. You're holding on to whatever your dream is with passion, direction, and love. But you're not going to allow your dream and your emotions to overcome you so that you don't get to do the thing you want to do. In other words, once again, don't be the person slamming on that door, banging on that door that says, this is Paul's dream, and you only allow that door to be your dream. That would be like if I said, I will only allow myself to be a singer if I'm in a rock and roll band and I've got tattoos all over me and I'm gonna fucking make it. Right? That never happened. It never happened for me. I had some great times, and they were fucking amazing. So, gotta get to work. Be safe. Come visit soon. I'll have the boys this weekend. I would love to, Cindy, but I'm actually working this weekend doing some magic shows. Call me. I think Sunday would probably be the best. I love you, Cindy. Be good. And so, don't allow your passion and direction to stop you. It's many times this happens when people are doing investments. Okay, they get involved emotionally in the investment, and you can't get involved emotionally in anything in business, anything, unless it's entertainment business. You see what I did there? So what do I mean by that? When you're doing entertainment business, you better come from a place of passion. You better come from a place of awesomeness, because that's what's going to make a better resulted project in the entertainment world. But you also have to understand that it's a business. It is a business. It's cold, it's harsh, and it's not nice. And that is unfortunately how you have to be in business. You can't be nice in business. I'm sorry. You can be nice, you can be honest, you can be real, but there has to be a cold nature to you. Just in the same as it is like when you're a doctor. You just got to be cold, because it's like when you're a mechanic, or when you do anything that takes some kind of amount of real process of learning history, or learning the history of that thing that you know. The same thing as doing magic. There's a cold kind of nature to things, right? And that doesn't mean that you have to be cold. It just means that you have to know the reality of the situation. Don't lie to yourself about the situation. Make it real. Because like my mom's, like, once again, going back to my mom saying it's the greatest country in the world. No, it's not. It's the most comfortable country in the world. It's only the greatest because we fearmonger people to do what we want. But that doesn't mean that we're great. That means that we're fearmongering. It's the same, like I made this point to my mom. I was like, if you have a guy with a gun to the kid's head and you're forcing the kid to go do his work and do his thing because otherwise he's going to die, that's not a good parent. Sorry. That's not a good person. Sorry, I'm not going to look back at history and go, hey, the guy that put a gun to those people's head, now that guy knew what he was doing. Sorry. Mahatma Gandhi never put guns to people's head. Instead, he just sat down and said, peace, bro. Like, you want to take care of us, because we're not going to do shit. Smart. It's these people. It's like, it's the Mother Teresas of this world. It's the people like Princess Diana. They come from nothing, that create a mentorish mindset thing, and then go out and do it. It's like the guy in India. I don't know if you've seen this video, but there's a guy in India that just helps homeless people. That's all he does. He spends his entire life finding homeless people, giving them haircuts, taking care of them, washing their feet, cleaning them, loving them, giving to them. Hi, Cheryl-Ann. And this is what I'm getting at. Never letting go, but knowing what to hold on to and what not to hold on to. Hold on to the reality, the facts. Don't hold on to your truths, because when you hold on to your truths, you're just holding on to the emotional aspect of the facts. And that's going to stop you from living. Hi, Cheryl. That's going to be the thing that's going to create the fear in your life, and that's going to be the thing that creates the thing that I like to call fear of loss. You will live your life based on fear of loss if you live in that manner, if you live in that thought process. And you don't need that. I don't need that. Nobody needs that. We don't need to hurt like that. Don't hold on to the past. Change your past by thinking about it being different. That's it. I know that sounds crazy, but you can always have a good past. If you're lying to yourself about everything else, right? So, wow, it's the greatest country in the world. Well, if you're lying to yourself about that, then lie yourself about the past. Tell yourself that the past was awesome. That, whatever happened was actually okay. And if it wasn't okay, if it was some really traumatic shit that happened in your life, then give compassion, love, and a feeling of sadness towards that person. A little bit of sadness, not a lot, just a little sprinkle, but mostly compassion and love. Tell that person in your mind, I forgive you. And also forgive yourself for holding on to the pain. I just did this the other day. I was in the car, and I've created pain in people's lives. I don't do it on purpose. I'm not a bad person, but we make bad decisions. You can have the greatest intention and make the worst choices. And I'm totally I've done that 100%. But that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. That doesn't mean like inside there's a guy who's like evil, like $1 million, and that's not me. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not me. I am the guy, on the other hand, that says, I love you and I want you to do better because I want something for you, because when you do for you, it does for me. And someone said to me, in psychology, you're the kind of person who wants to help everybody else but doesn't know how to love themselves. Yes and no. And I say no because I'm learning how to love myself in doing these videos, believe it or not. It's true. I'm learning how to tell myself the things that I know that I need to hear. And I only say these things because I know that I need to hear them to myself. And I only know your problems because I know my own. Don't let go. Don't let go of the beautiful part of you. Find that little part of you. It's the part that's amazed at a magic trick. It's the part that's amazed when someone's giving you a present for no reason whatsoever. That's the real you. Don't ever let go of that person. Don't let go of that person based on what society thinks or what you think they think of you. Who cares what they think? As long as you're in the direction of truth, light, and love, What's it matter? Be good. And if not, be good at it. But really, in the end, don't let go. Be happy, be loving, be caring. If you didn't see the whole video, watch it from the beginning. Share, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. These numbers have been going up and up, and I really appreciate that. I feel as though I'm saying things that make people wonder and make people say, yeah, maybe I do need this every morning. Maybe I do need a little bit of Paul Carpenter in my life. I love you. I want you to have a great day. It's Friday. It's a 3-day weekend. Go party. Have a great time. Don't, like, everything in moderation, including moderation. It's a great line. I love you. Be happy. Be safe. Be beautiful. I will be here.